Before humanity understood the secrets of Central America, before science revealed the hidden life within its jungles, there already existed a world where every shadow could move in silence. In the wild heart of Panama, among humid rainforests, dark rivers, and mysterious coastlines, silent predators watch, wait, and strike without leaving a trace. Welcome to Wild Panama, silent predators in the heart of Central America. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to motivate us to create more high-quality content. Don't forget to leave a comment below and tell us where you are watching from so we can connect and discuss together. Let's begin. In the deepest veins of Panama, there exists a lethal land that humanity has always feared: the Darien jungle. It stands alone as one of the most mysterious primeval jungles remaining. The humid jungle occupies almost half of Panamanian territory, from Soberania and Coiba to the Darien Sanctuary. In this kingdom, light is an extreme luxury. The sun is suffocated by the canopies of giant trees that rise 30 meters high. Only faint rays illuminate the damp ground. The space is filled with the howl of the howler monkey and the strident clamor of birds. To this is added the endless murmur of the rain that falls like an epic of life. Behind this majestic natural veil, a battlefield of life or death unfolds. Everyone must bet their existence every day. The dominator of this hostile land begins to reveal itself. The jaguar emerges from the twilight of millenary trees like a guardian deity. It maintains order and balance in the entire ecosystem. The Darien territory is a colossal tropical labyrinth that extends for hundreds of square miles. It is an isolated world preserved by UNESCO as one of the most primitive heritages on Earth. Torrential storms pour their waters over the jungle, maintaining constant humidity. It turns the forest into a gigantic natural greenhouse where the temperature oscillates between 24 and 29 degrees Celsius. This suffocating flow of energy nourishes the most implacable predators. The perfect counterweight to the lord of terrestrial shadows is the sovereign of the sky, the harpy eagle. This bird of prey is the largest in the world and is the proud symbol of Panama. Surviving in the Darien has never been easy, even for an aerial assassin. The jungle is an intricate map of colossal trees like the giant sabre that rises 70 meters. These giants act both as the forest's armor and as a refuge for countless species. The harpy eagle builds its fortress on that solitary peak. It directs its lethal gaze toward everything below to hunt sloths and monkeys. Every day of hunting for the king of the sky is a geometric calculation of absolute precision. A sloth can remain motionless, camouflaged as a dry log for hours. This forces the harpy eagle to suspend itself in the air and analyze every slit in the canopy. The slightest error in the predator's camouflage or an oversight by the prey can transform a lethal attack into a useless effort. The balance of life is decided in an instant. A deep and violent sound tears through the space at a low frequency, awakening a slumbering jungle. It is the imposing cry of the howler monkey, one of the creatures with one of the most formidable voices on the planet. This raw frequency can penetrate the thick canopy, transmitting up to 5 kilometers away to warn its clan about a ghost that has just appeared in the heights, the harpy eagle. In the narrow labyrinth of the Darien, territorial defense is the supreme law of survival. With a specialized hyoid bone in the larynx, 10 times larger than that of other monkeys, which acts as a natural amplifier, clans of 10 to 15 howler monkeys establish an acoustic network to consolidate their dominance. However, the value of this primate is not limited to its scream. They are the anonymous architects of the jungle, moving through the branches. They devour ripe fruits and disperse fertile seeds through their digestive system onto the damp ground. It is estimated that a pride can propagate more than 10,000 seeds a year, guaranteeing the regeneration of future generations of flora. When the time of greatest scarcity arrives, they reduce their mobility by up to 80% and resort to feeding on old, bitter leaves. To conserve energy, the clan enters a state of absolute stillness, allowing an atmosphere of sepulchral silence to envelop the jungle. It is in this deathly silence that the Darien night is awakened by a supreme power. Emerging from the ancient mist appears the Panthera onca, the jaguar, the uncrowned king of the dry land. Its golden coat, adorned with patterns of black rosettes, functions as a unique genetic map that allows it to blend in completely with the lights and shadows of the jungle. The Darien jaguar subspecies is the largest in Central America, reaching 2 meters in length and exceeding 90 kilograms in weight, gliding over the mantle of dry leaves without emitting a single sound. This supreme predator has amber eyes that possess a far superior night vision. At this moment, the king's target is not the peccaries or the red brocket deer of the land, but another fearsome predator hiding beneath the river, a spectacled caiman. The battle between these two alpha predators begins with spine-chilling patience. The jaguar hides in the brush on the riverbank, its muscles tense and controlling every breath so as not to stir a single leaf. Under the murky water, the caiman remains motionless, showing only its eyes and nostrils, confident in its camouflage. Time seems to freeze when the caiman shifts slightly, revealing its nape. The opportune moment has arrived. The jaguar bursts from the vegetation at an astonishing speed of up to 50 miles per hour, making an explosive leap directly toward the river. The water explodes in total chaos when these two colossi of the jungle collide. The caiman thrashes violently, trying to drag its opponent into the deep currents, but the jaguar's claws have already fixed the target. Unlike other felines that kill by suffocation by strangling their prey, the jaguar employs a lethal and unique technique. The jaguar drags the heavy body of its defeated opponent toward the shore, disappearing into the deep darkness of the jungle. The role of this sovereign is not limited to hunting. It is the scale that sustains life. By regulating the populations of herbivores and lower-ranking predators, the jaguar protects the understory vegetation. This indirectly allows giants like the ceiba to rise and shelter millions of beings. Since the dawn of civilization, native tribes like the Embera and the Guna have worshipped the jaguar as a protective god. It is a symbol of wisdom and absolute power reflected in ancient petroglyphs or traditional textiles. Today, unfortunately, the greatest threat to this magnificent creature does not come from nature. Alarming reports from the International Union for Conservation of Nature have classified the jaguar as a near-threatened species. Their populations have decreased drastically in recent decades. The Darien territory is being fragmented by deforestation and logging, with thousands of hectares of primary forest being lost every year. When millenary colossi like the ceiba fall, the jaguar's kingdom crumbles and its majestic roars fade into oblivion. It is an irreparable loss for the planet. Under the golden twilight filtering through the leaves, the spotted king continues to advance, entering the solemn silence of the Darien. The imposing figure of the jaguar gradually dissolves into the deep blue of the night. It leaves behind a kingdom full of dangers but also small miracles. At that instant, in the upper canopy, a bright orange flash cuts through the humid mist. It is the red-tailed squirrel, an exceptional acrobat of the natural world. The fiery fur of this small creature contrasts with the dark tones of the jungle, like a spark that warms the forest solitude. Its slender body is the attribute that allows it to quickly dodge the dangers lurking below. Beyond feeding on seeds and wild fruits, this small creature is a fundamental link. The seeds it accidentally drops from its teeth along the way are buried in the ground. They awaken new lives and give continuity to the infinite cycle of forest regeneration. The Darien is not simply a geographical point of survival. It is a sacred land that nourishes ancestral legends. For centuries, the Embera and Guna communities have lived beneath the roots of the jungle. They listen to the whispers of creation in every drop of rain and in the breath of the earth. They take only what is necessary from the forest, maintaining a pact of absolute respect to preserve the balance. They maintain a pact similar to how the jaguar regulates the kingdom of herbivores. At dawn, the Darien sheds its nocturnal mantle to reveal itself as a cathedral shrouded in mist. The first rays of sun pierce the leaves, drawing paths of golden light like silk threads over the damp earth. It is the awakening of life in an eternal cycle, where even a withered leaf fulfills a sacred mission. However, the wonders of Panama go beyond the dense valleys. As the terrain rises toward the heights, a completely different world is revealed. The Talamanca mountain range rises imposingly as a stone backbone connecting Costa Rica with Panama. It is the result of tectonic processes from millions of years ago. At altitudes exceeding 3,300 meters above sea level, these peaks house the mysterious cloud forests. In this suspended kingdom, clouds do not float in the sky, but descend to rest upon the earth. They envelop the trees in a perpetual mist. With cool temperatures between 18 and 22 degrees Celsius, century-old trees covered in mosses stand proudly on the slopes. They serve as support for beautiful orchids in bloom. In this mystical setting appears a celestial creature, the resplendent Quetzal. It flies through the mist, exhibiting its emerald green plumage and its long tail. It waves like a silk ribbon between reality and fantasy. The resplendent Quetzal, the scientific name of this sacred bird, is the jewel of the cloud forests of Central America. When flying, its plumage captures the light, reflecting metallic glints. Since ancient times, the Mayans and Aztecs worshipped this bird as a divinity and a symbol of absolute freedom. Legend has it that the Quetzal possesses a soul so free that its heart would stop beating before accepting captivity. Its sighting is a special event, as it usually shows itself during the breeding season, from January to April. In that period, the cloud forest becomes a stage for wilderness art. The males perform acrobatic flights and emit soft songs to attract the females. Breaking the silence of the heights, they choose cavities in ancient tree trunks to build their nests. They transform these plant colossi into fortresses that protect their chicks from predators. Under the protection of the mist, the Quetzal raises its offspring with extreme dedication. In the cloud forests of Panama, this sacred bird is a declaration of freedom. It is an invisible thread that connects the earthly world with the spiritual side of nature. In the midst of the cloud forest mist appears one of the most striking creatures of the environment. The scarlet macaw, Ara macao, stands out like a flash of sacred fire burning in the middle of the silent space. Its wings fill a corner of the great jungle with vibrant color as they unfold. They merge with the few sunbeams that manage to pierce the canopies of the ancient trees. Behind this majestic costume hides an extremely rigorous journey. Only unshakable will and the close cohesion of the group allow them to survive in the face of adversity. The scarlet macaw does not choose to hide in silence. They are living souls and symbols of a powerful life force that never rests. These birds must fly along the upper levels of the forest to search for ripe fruit. The colossal branches that support them look like the hands of ancient deities. Those places never represent refuges of absolute peace. Every flap in the air is a thin line between life and death. These macaws always fly in pairs. Their loud and raspy calls pierce the dense mist like a firm declaration of their bond of fidelity. Not only do they fly together, but they also face the most severe storms, united. The scarlet macaw selects the tallest trees like the sabre to build its nests. This fortress is guarded by a dizzying height. Despite that, they do not manage to escape the constant lurking of ruthless predators. The cloud forest is at once their home and the Colosseum that tests their patience. Beauty and hope always remain, even in adversity. The silhouette of the scarlet macaw gradually fades into the darkness as evening falls. It leaves a trail of mystical light impregnated in the forest space. The two-toed sloth chooses a completely opposite lifestyle. It blends with the slow pace of time and hides among the moss-covered branches. Its fur integrates perfectly with the deep green of the cloud forest. This is a miniature ecosystem where algae and microorganisms create a mystical greenish coloration. Its extreme slowness is a first-class survival strategy. The sloth spends 80% of its life hanging upside down in the heights. It moves so slowly that it almost manages to deceive the senses of its enemies. This absolute stillness is the shield that protects it from the hungriest gazes. Its diet consists of tender leaves and wild flowers. Its slow digestive system requires an entire week to process a single leaf. Only every 8 days does the sloth agree to descend to the forest floor. This is the most dangerous moment since it lacks defense mechanisms on dry land. Its waste becomes an invaluable source of nutrients for the soil. Under the dense mist, the sloth continues its solitary journey in absolute harmony. The Anton Valley is the crater of a colossal volcano that has slept for thousands of years, located 600 meters above sea level. It is a refuge for endemic species. Rare golden frogs jump nimbly among the moss-covered rocks. They are small flashes of gold scattered by nature in this idyllic setting. Sobrania National Park is a bridge of life that unites two oceans. This natural cathedral extends along the legendary Panama Canal. The canal waters flow through the dense jungle. The Chagres River snakes like a main artery that carries the blood to nourish the living system. Sobrania is home to more than 525 species of birds. The Pipeline Road Trail is recognized as one of the best sanctuaries to contemplate tropical wings. The ancient Camino de Cruces Trail was used by the Spaniards since the 16th century. The moss-covered stones tell the story of a time of shared destiny. The agile ghosts of white-nosed coatis reveal themselves through the mist. They establish a strict group order and move like an army of shadows. They possess an elongated snout with extraordinary sensitivity. They dig in the leaf litter to propagate thousands of intact seeds that are buried in the fertile earth. The king vulture glides, taking advantage of the thermal currents from the dark cloud layer. It is a creature of spine-chilling solemnity and enveloped in absolute mystery. Known as the supreme cleaner of the jungle, it possesses enormous power of dominance. Its appearance represents the beginning of a new cycle of biological recycling. The king vulture crushes bones and the toughest muscle tissues with its steel beak. Its head, devoid of feathers, is a masterpiece of evolution for thermoregulation. According to science, these birds help eradicate the risks of outbreaks of dangerous epidemics. The sovereign of death extends its wings again at nightfall. The brown pelican is an ancestral warrior of the flooded areas of Panama. It performs a high-impact dive to tear the shimmering surface of the water. It dominates the sky like a deity of great power. The pouch, located under its beak, expands to store up to 3 gallons of water. Every immersion represents a moment where it risks its own life before the caimans. The brown pelican knows how to rise with pride before danger reaches its plumage. Geoffroy's spider monkey faces its own twilight in the upper canopy. This highly intelligent species could disappear forever if humans do not stop. They perform spectacular acrobatics more than 27 meters above the ground. They possess a prehensile tail that functions independently as a fifth limb. They organize complex societies and communicate through an intricate system of signals. They transform into great sowers as they search for ripe fruits through the forest. The Panama Canal is a spiritual corridor for some of the planet's greatest migrations. Tens of thousands of birds converge here to absorb the abundant local energy. The spectres of the osprey continuously cross the canal's water currents. They write the last chapters on a land where creation and destruction never stop. When the last glimmers of light of the dying day plunge deep into the heart of the great Soberania forest, the jaguar's kingdom closes a chapter of life or death to open a floodgate that leads toward the ocean. At the edge of the mainland, where the forest mantle gives way to the salinity of the sea, the border is guarded by a green fortress, the ancient mangroves. Here, red mangrove, white mangrove, and black mangrove interweave their rough roots in the damp mud. This intricate root system resembles the arms of underground monsters emerging to cling to the coastline. They erect a solid wall in order to counteract the fury of the violent waves and tides. The setting where the Pacific Ocean currents collide with the Caribbean Sea is a mysterious world plagued with traps. In the heart of this mist-covered brackish water ecosystem, creation has established a strict order of survival. The mangrove root system acts as a gigantic net that retains every particle of sediment. It turns the confined spaces underwater into a perfect hiding place for millions of young creatures like shrimp, crabs, and small fish. This is the point of origin of an implacable food chain, where every living cell must adapt to the constant oscillation of the tides. As dusk traverses the murky waters, the masters of coastal lurking begin to manifest. The great blue heron remains motionless in the shallow waters like a statue carved in ancient stone. Its patience is a ruthless mental game, with a beak as sharp as a sword, ready to project itself with mortal precision. The snowy egret exhibits a high magnetism hunting technique, gliding smoothly over the mud. It lightly shakes its golden yellow legs underwater as if performing an invocation ritual. A small shrimp approaches, and the egret's beak descends lightning fast to seal the fate of the unfortunate creature. However, in the labyrinth of mangrove roots, elegance is only a curtain that hides death. Beneath the murky water surface, a pair of eyes loaded with primeval, instinctive malice silently watch every movement. The spectacled caiman, undisputed sovereign of brackish waters, hides in absolute silence. They are entities that have dominated these shallow waters for millions of years without needing to alter their evolutionary structure. The armored body of this reptile is completely optimized for invisible massacres. The bony ridge surrounding its eye sockets gives it an appearance similar to someone wearing glasses. The caiman transforms into an old log sunk in the black mud to wait for the opportune moment. A single misstep by the heron or a descent too close by the egret is enough for its jaws to snap shut with devastating force. Its teeth are sharp as razors to ensure an instant death. In this implacable game of the mangrove kingdom, the sovereign of the shallow waters is not invincible either. The jaguar, the supreme king of Panama, makes its appearance from the dry forest zone. This great feline enjoys the ability to swim and capture prey underwater as if it were a true aquatic creature. A figure provided with absolute muscular strength lunges from the shore directly toward the brackish waters. The jaguar executes its final attack by applying a destructive bite of 10,000 psi directly to the opponent's skull. The king of the shallow waters becomes food for the lord of the jungle. The sovereign of the brackish waters does not easily accept the fate of being prey. Its ultimate weapon lies not in its armor, but in its silence and prodigious talent for camouflage. This lineage of reptiles maintains a stable population thanks to an extraordinary biological adaptation mechanism. gliding silently like a ghost. Its eyes remain fixed on everything on the shore. The caiman can hold its breath underwater for up to 20 minutes to evade the jaguar sovereign. Its armored skin constitutes a neural network with thousands of microscopic receptors distributed around its jaw. It immediately detects any mechanical vibration in the water as if it were a primeval radar system. It has managed to decipher the code to restore its kingdom, despite having been implacably hunted by humans. Each new stage is prepared from 20 to 40 eggs hidden in fortresses of mud and decomposed leaf litter. The small creatures must face ruthless purification from inside their shells before predators. The Caribbean Sea extends northward like a turquoise-green silk canvas that embraces the San Blas archipelago. A minimal shift of a low pressure is enough for the stillness to be torn by the fury of hurricanes. The Pacific coast exhibits a wild face with mud plains where the tide can vary up to 5 meters. This is the battlefield of contradictory oceanic currents, where the Humboldt Current rises from Antarctica. The collision of currents turns the ocean floor into an ecological scenario full of mystery. Under the coral reefs, a kaleidoscope of life is born in this transition zone of temperature and salinity. Brain coral curves, tracing mystical labyrinths, while staghorn coral extends its calcareous arms. They shelter thousands of planktonic organisms and small fish. The green turtle begins its great oceanic odyssey with dimensions of up to 1.5 meters in length. They act as architects that regulate the ocean's growth by silently browsing marine vegetation. The hawksbill turtle possesses a sharp beak similar to that of a hawk and specializes in looking for sea sponges. Without their intervention, sponges would grow uncontrollably, suffocating the fragile coral reefs. The turtle's journey represents a tragic epic of pain and survival. They must cross thousands of miles of ocean to return with exactitude to the sandy beach where they were born in Panama. Under the cover of night, marine mothers emerge slowly to deposit the future generation in deep pits. Raccoons and seabirds always lurk to loot these fragile, newly formed lives. Only 1 in 1,000 turtle hatchlings manages to survive to reach the ocean waves. These long-lived entities survived beyond the era of the dinosaurs and witnessed meteorite collisions. The hawksbill turtle and the leatherback turtle are being pushed to the absolute limit of extinction. Chroniclers wonder if they will be able to survive the next decade or disappear forever into the void. Under the deep and dark trenches of the Panama Ocean, where sunlight refracts in a mysterious blue, a colossal silhouette suddenly emerges. It breaks the silence of the sea with an enormous column of water projecting into the air. Humpback whales are ancestral creatures that reach 15 meters in length and a weight of more than 40 tons. They are beginning one of the grandest and most mysterious migration epics in the natural world. Leaving the frozen waters covered with icebergs of the Arctic and Antarctica, they undertake a journey of 10,000 miles. they head toward the warm waters that carry the blood of the Panamanian Mother Earth. This place represents a unique sanctuary on the planet, a crossroads where whale clans from both hemispheres meet. They give rise to a wonderful great gathering in the very heart of the ocean. However, the sea route of these giants has never been a bed of roses. Along that extensive path, death always lurks in the form of hungry shark packs. The predators follow them patiently, waiting for just an instant of carelessness to tear apart the calves. Despite the fury of the waves, humpback whales continue advancing in the depths. They are guided by a supreme genetic code to protect the existence of future generations. The waters off the coast of Panama receive them as a safe refuge. They have an ideal depth and perfect temperature for their mating rituals. While the colossal mothers swim slowly, the males constantly emit their courtship songs. They are deep and melancholic sounds that can be heard for dozens of nautical miles. They weave a hypnotic symphony that makes the deepest layers of water tremble. That song represents a statement of great importance before the ocean that their lineage continues to exist. At birth, the whale calf already possesses the dimensions of a huge creature. It measures almost 4 meters in length and weighs 450 kilograms. From its first breath, it must face the ruthless ambushes of sharks. The mother whale will turn her massive body into a solid defensive wall. She is willing to crush any hunter who tries to approach her calf. With each powerful tail thrash and each deep dive, they function as a gigantic biological pump. They mobilize nutrient currents from the bottom to the sea surface. They feed the phytoplankton and strengthen the vital structure of the ancient coral reefs. In waters as crystal clear as quartz, another community exhibits a completely different power. The amazing intelligence of the bottlenose dolphin manifests in spectacular leaps out of the water. Their clicks are heard like secret codes whispered to infinity. They are the guardians who watch over the order of the marine kingdom. Thanks to their social organization, their brain represents an astounding proportion compared to their body. Within each pod, they develop their own encrypted language to communicate. They combine high-frequency whistles with specific tail movements. The dolphin's mind goes beyond basic instinct to reach the peak of empathy. When a member is injured, the entire pod immediately establishes a circle of protection. They employ their bodies to lift their companion to the surface to allow them to breathe. They are willing to fight to the death against sharks to defend their lineage. For them, the existence of an individual is an inseparable part of the clan's soul. When hunting, they become brilliant strategists, coordinating to raise walls of bubbles. They trap schools of fish in a dead end. They write a fascinating chapter in the epic about the intelligence of the Panamanian Ocean. The hunting technique of dolphins works like a biological regulating valve. They keep fish populations under extremely strict control to prevent the collapse of the ecosystem. The area near the Panama Canal has become a coliseum of conflict between nature and humans. The dense traffic of vessels generates walls of noise pollution. That strident artificial noise paralyzes the dolphin's echolocation system. Even more dangerous, collisions with ship propellers are a constant nightmare. A 2025 report revealed that the dolphin population on Panama's coasts is suffering a slight decline. It is a warning that these intelligent beings are helpless before the human hand. Despite the twilight, dolphins continue to move with absolute elegance. Each majestic leap out of the water represents an indomitable statement of their resilience. For the dolphin community, the ocean is a sacred sanctuary. They consecrate their entire lives to safeguarding the existence of the sea. Under the golden twilight, Panama silently exposes its bleeding wounds. The nature of this place must bow before a fragility that takes one's breath away. The majestic tropical jungles were the ultimate fortresses of the jaguar and the harpy eagle. But nowadays, Panama is stripped of more than 4,000 hectares of primary forest every year. The maddened howl of chainsaws resonates throughout the jungle. It leaves behind scars of desolation and sterile wasteland where life once flourished in splendor. The jungle is the heart that regulates the planet's climate. When the green shield is torn, jaguars are forced to abandon their ancestors' territory. Wandering through isolated forest fragments, they face the ghost of famine. They also suffer unforeseen encounters with human civilization that prove fatal. The jaguar is being pushed into the most tragic survival crusade of its history. Bloody clashes become inevitable, causing heavy losses for both sides. In their desperation, they are forced to attack each other to dispute every inch of land. Their advanced skills fail to match the speed of human destruction. The ghost of climate change has transformed into a real death sentence. It hangs over Panama's fragile ecosystems relentlessly. The global temperature has already increased by 1.1 degrees Celsius compared to the pre-industrial era. This region will suffer an increase of up to 2 degrees by the end of this century. Nature's fury will spread like an epidemic from the mainland to the ocean. It will push majestic creatures to the final chapter of the climatic purge. On the wild beaches of Panama, where the green turtle and the hawksbill turtle perform the sacred ritual of birth, the ghost of climate change leaves deep tracks. The temperature of the sand in these sanctuaries has increased an average of up to 2 degrees Celsius in just 3 decades. That temperature change triggers a worrying, anomalous phenomenon. More than 90% of newborn turtles are female. This generates a serious imbalance in the sex ratio within the sea turtle population. If this trend of altering the natural order continues, the ability of this ancient lineage of creatures to reproduce will be stifled. They will be pushed to the brink of definitive extinction in the coming decades. Global warming deals a lethal blow to coral reefs, a source of life and support for thousands of oceanic creatures. When seawater temperature exceeds tolerance limits, reefs suffer massive bleaching. More than 50% of the coral reefs in Panama's waters have been damaged in the last 2 decades. This transforms the vibrant kaleidoscopes of the ocean floor into completely white limestone cemeteries. Human mining activities, such as the Minera Panama megaproject, are fragmenting lands of extremely high biodiversity. The place that once served as green shelter is indiscriminately drilled, becoming scenes of erosion and death. The toxic water accumulated in the mines flows with force, seriously contaminating the system of rivers and streams. It suffocates aquatic life from the spectacled caiman to the schools of small fish, a vital source for migratory birds. This destruction has unleashed a great domino effect. Forest loss, rising water temperatures, and the degradation of the marine ecosystem push interdependent species to a life-or-death crossroads. Global ecological reports have revealed that the links in the food chain are beginning to break and collapse in a chain. The fragmentation of the jungles deprives the harpy eagle and Jeffroy's spider monkey of their refuge fortresses. But even in the darkest moments, nature does not stop fighting. The jungle winds continue to bring the unshakable whisper of life, declaring that nature never surrenders to destruction. Illuminated by the light of deep Christian faith, Panama is not simply a geographical territory, but a sacred gift. It is a perfect masterpiece of the Creator. The existence of every century-old tree and every living being represents a delicate stroke in God's great design. Protecting Panama stops being a mere labor of conservation to rise to an act of divine obedience. It is a sacred responsibility to preserve a living legacy for future generations. Do we possess the compassion and timely action to save this wonderful land? Will the jaguar's last breath and the sea turtle's tail thrash become fragments of memory of a lost paradise? The answer is found today in our veins and in our life or death decisions. In the midst of the siege of artificial twilight, a ray of hope emerges from conservation reserves. Humans and nature together write a new epic chapter about regeneration. The bleeding jungles and marine depths now find the light of resurrection thanks to tireless projects. Everything operates under the conviction that every form of life possesses a sacred value and deserves to be protected. The Cocobolo Nature Reserve stands as an impregnable green fortress, protecting more than 1,000 hectares of primary tropical rainforest. Jaguar territory in this sanctuary recorded a notable recovery with a population increase of 15%. This success was achieved thanks to the strategy of mitigating conflicts between humans and felines. It is based on compliance with forest protection laws combined with an absolute ban on hunting. Reforestation campaigns and the establishment of ecological corridors have broken the axes of illegal loggers. This has helped reduce deforestation by 30% in just the last 3 years. Offshore, the sacred waters around Coiba National Park have become the core of a great marine conservation crusade. This oceanic cathedral is home to humpback whales, dolphins, and ancient hawksbill turtle mothers. The park houses an extraordinary biodiversity of more than 800 species of fish and 33 species of sharks. In 2025, a historic decree was implemented that expanded the protected area by 67,000 hectares. The total territory of the marine reserve rose to more than 270,000 hectares. This effort has already yielded its first fruits for the hawksbill turtle lineage, with a 12% increase in viable nests. Campaigns against plastic pollution and the radar system against illegal fishing have purified the water quality. This strengthens the existence of coral reefs and restores safety to nesting beaches. The mega-project of the Transboundary Ecological Corridor connecting Panama, Costa Rica and Colombia redefines the survival map. This initiative has united the tropical forests fragmented by human greed into a continuous green network. This greenway allows Jeffroy's spider monkey to perform safe acrobatics in the upper canopy. It also allows the white-nosed coati to move freely along the forest floor without the threat of hunters. This multinational initiative has reduced violent conflicts between humans and wildlife by 25%. It occurs especially in areas adjacent to the deep jungle. The conservation crusade in Panama proves that when humans decide to lay down their arms, nature responds immediately. The kingdom of restoration and eternal hope blooms again. Before humans fully explored the largest rainforest on Earth, before science understood its complex web of life, there already existed a world where every living creature could become prey. Hidden deep within the Amazon rainforest, among darkness, humidity, and winding rivers, silent predators decide the fragile boundary between life and death. Welcome to the Amazon rainforest, where life and death are decided by predators. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to give us more motivation to keep creating quality content. Don't forget to comment below what you thought of the video and tell us where you are watching from so we can talk together. May God bless everyone with health, peace, and love for nature. Let's begin. Sharing part of its habitat with the imposing black caiman, the jaguar reigns beneath the dense canopy of the Amazon jungle as a true dominator. This large cat is widely distributed throughout the tropical regions of America. It is found from Mexico to northern Argentina, but it is in the vast and humid Amazon where it reaches one of its most powerful expressions. This is due to its exceptional hunting skills and its unique adaptation to a harsh, flooded environment. In dense tropical rainforests, jaguars tend to be larger and more robust than those in drier regions. Here, they can reach 100 kilograms or more, developing a compact, muscular, and extraordinarily strong body. Its golden yellow coat, marked by black rosettes, provides almost perfect camouflage. Under the fragmented and shadowy light of the jungle, its silhouette easily disappears. Among shadows, roots, and damp leaves, it can advance in the gloom without being detected. Jaguars are frequently found along rivers, lakes, and swamps. They possess a remarkable swimming technique and a clear preference for aquatic hunting. This is an unusual skill among big cats, with the exception of the tiger. This advantage significantly expands their hunting territory and the variety of prey available. In the flooded forest, the jaguar transforms murky rivers into a natural extension of its kingdom. In addition, it possesses highly developed night vision to hunt in low light conditions. Its eyes feature a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum. This can reflect light inside the eye and increase the amount of light available for vision. This adaptation is crucial in the shadowy environment of the Amazon. Night, mist, and gloom dominate much of the landscape, activating many prey animals in the dark. But the jaguar does not rely solely on sight to survive as sovereign. Its body is equipped with an extraordinarily fine sensory system. It is capable of detecting signals that would go unnoticed by other hunters. Through its whiskers and sensitive hearing, it can locate prey even when it does not see them directly. In a dense, dark, and chaotic jungle, this ability allows it to move with precision among obstacles. It navigates between roots, fallen branches, and silent currents. In each hunt, the jaguar demonstrates not only brute force, but also intelligence and strategy. It knows how to use the environment to its advantage by hiding among the vegetation. It approaches from behind or from above and takes advantage of the cover of water to get close without making a sound. When the prey enters its attack range, the jaguar lunges with explosive speed. Its bite is one of the most powerful among all big cats in proportion to its size. Some estimates place it at around 1,500 pounds per square inch, PSI. This force exceeds that of the tiger, estimated at 1,050 pounds per square inch, and almost doubles that of the lion, which is around 650 pounds per square inch. It allows it to crush thick bones and pierce shells with ease. It can even pierce the skull of its prey with a unique technique. This makes the jaguar one of the most lethal hunters in the Amazon. In the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where the border between life and death is as fragile as a thread, the jaguar has been endowed by nature with impressive skills and defense strategies. Although it is one of the most powerful predators in America, it must also constantly face numerous dangers. Its flexible and muscular body allows it to climb trees with agility, take refuge in the heights, or rest far from danger. Its excellent swimming ability also offers a decisive advantage in a jungle crossed by rivers, lagoons, and swamp. There it can move in silence, escape from threats, or turn the river into a hunting ground, where even caimans can become prey. In addition to its physical capabilities, the jaguar possesses a powerful communication tool, its deep guttural roar. This low, earth-shaking sound echoes through the trees like an invisible warning. It serves to mark territory, intimidate rivals, and communicate over long distances in a jungle where dense vegetation prevents seeing beyond a few meters. In the Amazonian darkness, its roar does not only announce presence, it imposes dominance. Inside the Amazonian ecosystem, the jaguar plays a fundamental role as a keystone species for ecological balance. By hunting a wide variety of prey, it helps regulate their populations and prevents certain species from growing out of control. In this way, it indirectly protects vegetation, reduces overgrazing, and maintains the complex web of life. This role makes it much more than a solitary hunter. The jaguar is a silent guardian of the balance between life and death, between abundance and limit. But behind its fierce image, there also exists a deeply maternal side. The female jaguar cares for her cubs with patience, her vigilance, and absolute dedication. During the first months, she keeps them hidden in safe places, far from other predators and rival males. Every movement of the mother is guided by her protective instinct. Under her watchful eye, the cubs gradually learn the secrets of the jungle. They learn how to walk without making noise, how to recognize smells, and how to stalk from the shadows. Among the winding rivers and dark swamps of the Amazon, the green anaconda emerges as one of the most imposing creatures. It mainly inhabits the fresh waters of the Amazon and Orinoco basins. It occupies swamps, lakes, and slow-flowing rivers covered in vegetation. In these murky and silent domains, it becomes an intrepid, patient, and almost invisible predator. The green anaconda is considered the heaviest snake in the world in terms of body mass. Adult specimens can reach up to 9 meters in length and exceed 250 kilograms in weight. It impresses with its thick, muscular, and extraordinarily powerful body. However, this enormous weight limits its speed and agility on dry land, where it becomes more vulnerable. Therefore, the anaconda has perfected the art of the aquatic ambush. Hidden under the murky water or in the mud, it waits with absolute patience for its prey to approach off guard. As a semi-aquatic species, it has developed extraordinary adaptations to hunt underwater. Its eyes and nostrils, located on top of the head, allow it to observe and breathe while the rest of the body remains submerged. It can hold its breath for more than 10 minutes, creating the perfect conditions to approach without being detected. From this position, it can capture fish, waterfowl, and even large mammals, such as it catches deer or tapirs when they approach the shore to drink or attempt to cross a river. The constriction force of the green anaconda is devastating. Some estimates indicate that it can exert a pressure of up to 90 pounds per square inch, psi. This force is comparable to placing a small car on the prey's chest. This pressure does not kill solely by suffocation, but because it interrupts blood circulation and causes cardiovascular collapse. After immobilizing and killing its prey, it swallows it whole without chewing. Thanks to its flexible jaw and expandable skull, it can engulf animals much wider than its own head. When the prey is large, digestion can last from several days to several weeks. After a hearty meal, the green anaconda can survive without feeding for weeks and even months. This capacity is a perfect adaptation for a world where resources can be seen. Large-sized adult anacondas have almost no natural predators due to their mass and dominance of the water. However, hatchlings and juvenile individuals are much more vulnerable. They must hide among vegetation and mud to avoid attacks from caimans, birds of prey, and jaguars. Even an adult anaconda can face risks during the digestion period. In this state, its mobility decreases and its heavy body becomes more exposed. When discovered, it rarely flees quickly on dry land. Instead, it coils its body into a compact and defensive mass, like a living wall of muscles, or it glides into the water, where it regains its natural advantage. Thus, the green anaconda does not govern by speed, but by patience, strength, and silence. It is the queen of the flooded lands. It is a colossal shadow waiting beneath the surface. Remember that in the Amazon rainforest, the greatest danger often does not roar, but simply waits. During the months of November to March, daily rains become increasingly intense and frequent. Rivers overflow and water flows like pulsing veins through the jungle. The Amazon then transforms into a labyrinth of winding channels, bright lagoons, and submerged forests. This creates the perfect conditions for a vast ecosystem known as Varzea. It is in this setting of constant change where capybaras find their home. These social and semi-aquatic mammals are recognized as the largest rodents in the world. They have adapted with extraordinary efficiency to life among shallow waters, muddy shores, and floating islands. With their partially webbed feet and robust bodies, they are true masters of the flooded environment. They move easily through rivers, lakes, and swamps, searching for food among aquatic plants. For them, water is not only a path, it is also a vital defense against predators. At first sight, the capybara conveys an image of serenity. Its docile appearance and calm behavior seem to reflect the harmony of the aquatic environments where it lives. With its rounded body, its wide snout, and its slow gait, it resembles a strange mixture between a giant beaver and a small hippopotamus. Its dense and coarse fur allows it to blend with the mud and roots. Its eyes, located on the upper part of the head, help it observe the environment while remaining submerged. Its ears capture the slightest sounds of the jungle, because danger is never far away. Despite its calm nature, the capybara lives under constant threat. It is one of the favorite prey of the jaguar, and can also be attacked by anacondas, caimans, and large birds of prey. For this reason, its calm is not a sign of weakness, but a survival strategy. In a group and always alert, capybaras have learned to live in balance between abundance and danger. In the flooded lands of the Amazon, the capybara represents social life and silent resistance. It does not dominate through ferocity, but through its ability to coexist with water and read the signals of the environment. Along the rivers and tributaries of the vast Amazon and Orinoco systems, schools of red-bellied piranhas swim in compact groups. They represent both the wonder of adaptation and the latent danger of nature. The red-bellied piranha, whose scientific name is Pygocentrus natereri, has been portrayed in an exaggerated way in movies. It is shown as a bloodthirsty and extremely aggressive predator. However, reality is much more complex than the myth. This species is not an irrational monster, but a fish highly adapted to a changing environment full of threats. Adult specimens present an intense reddish belly that makes them unmistakable. The red-bellied piranha can measure between 35 and 50 centimeters in length and reach approximately 3.9 kilograms. Although it is not a gigantic fish, it possesses one of the most impressive bites in proportion to its size. Its jaws can exert a force of up to 320 newtons, a surprising pressure. Its triangular teeth interlock with each other with almost perfect precision when it closes its mouth. This structure creates an extremely efficient cutting surface to tear off fragments of meat. This capacity does not make it only a fierce hunter. It also allows it to feed on carrion insects, small aquatic animals, and organic remains that fall into the water. The red-bellied piranha possesses a highly developed sensory system to detect vibrations and chemical substances. Its lateral line perceives small pressure changes caused by the movement of other organisms. Thanks to this tool, it can detect prey, predators, or injured animals even at a distance. This is vital when visibility is almost zero in the murky water of the Amazon. In that environment of liquid shadows, seeing is not always enough to survive. The piranha must feel the river, interpret its vibrations, and react in a matter of seconds. In addition, this species possesses a remarkable biological resilience to extreme changes. Its body has evolved to resist sudden variations in temperature, water quality, and oxygen levels. Thus, the red-bellied piranha reveals a different truth than the legend. It is a survivor molded by millions of years of evolutionary pressure in tropical rivers. With a length that can reach up to 3 meters and a weight exceeding 200 kilograms, the pirarucu imposes itself as one of the largest freshwater fish in the world. In the deep and murky rivers of the Amazon, this giant does not need to move with speed to dominate its territory. Its mere presence transmits an ancestral force, as if the water itself opened to its majestic passage. The body of the pirarucu is protected by a set of thick, hard, and resistant scales, similar to a natural armor. These plates help it resist blows and bites against submerged trunks or dense areas of aquatic vegetation. Its coloration, from olive green to dark brown with reddish tones, allows it to camouflage effectively. But its most extraordinary adaptation is its capacity to breathe air directly from the atmosphere. Thanks to a modified swim bladder that functions similarly to a lung, the pirarucu can rise to the surface to take in oxygen. This ability allows it to survive in environments poor in oxygen where many other species could not resist. Thus, the pirarucu is not just a giant fish, but a living fortress and a symbol of power in the heart. In a world of dark waters and invisible dangers, this colossus demonstrates that survival does not always belong to the fastest. The pirarucu has been designed by nature to withstand what for others is impossible. Despite its fame as a dangerous predator, the red-bellied piranha is, in reality, primarily a scavenger and omnivore. During the rainy season, when food is abundant, it can feed on plants, fruits, seeds, insects, small fish, and organic remains washed by the current. But when the dry season arrives and resources become scarce, its diet changes drastically. Then, piranhas tend to consume weak, injured, dying, or already dead animals, acting as true cleaners of the aquatic ecosystem. The feeding behavior of the red-bellied piranha varies according to its stage of life. Younger individuals usually feed during the day. taking advantage of small insects, larvae, and fragments of food among submerged vegetation. In contrast, adult specimens prefer to feed at dawn, in the late afternoon, and during the first hours of the night. These are times when light decreases and the risk of being detected by larger predators is lower. During the day, piranhas usually remain hidden in dark areas, among submerged roots, fallen branches, or aquatic vegetation. From there, they can ambush small prey that swim too close in the water. Although they do not always actively pursue their victims, they are capable of launching rapid attacks when they detect movement, blood, or chemical signals in the water. Piranhas live in schools, but their life in groups functions more as a protection strategy. In exceptional situations, when there is a high concentration of food, a feeding frenzy can occur. In those rare moments, a school can quickly consume a large animal, especially if it is injured or trapped. These episodes are infrequent and usually occur under specific conditions, such as very low waters or extreme scarcity of food. The image of a piranha as an implacable and always hungry destroyer is, therefore, an exaggeration of reality. In addition, the red-bellied piranha possesses a notable defensive tactic: the synchronized reaction of the school to imminent danger. When a threat appears, chemical signals released by an injured piranha can propagate rapidly through the water. In a matter of seconds, the entire group changes direction or compacts, creating confusing movements that make it difficult for predators to attack. In those moments, the school seems to behave like a single living organism. Each small individual movement adds up to a collective defense, forming a living wave that bewilders and sometimes frustrates the enemy. It is a demonstration of the profound design of nature through the power of cooperation. Red-bellied piranhas play an essential ecological role as sanitary cleaners of Amazonian waters. By consuming remains of dead animals and eliminating sick individuals, they help reduce the spread of diseases. In this way, the piranha sustains the complex web of life that flows through the deep jungle. Beneath its fierce appearance hides an indispensable function to keep the aquatic environment healthy. Giant otters depend primarily on their vision to locate prey and engage in rapid and fierce chases. They attack from both above and below, turning their They can hunt alone, in pairs, or in family groups of 3 to 8 members. This coordination creates a highly efficient collective hunting strategy. Some surround schools of fish toward narrow areas, while others advance quickly to capture them. Once the fish is caught, the otter takes it to the surface and begins to It firmly holds the prey between its front paws and often starts with the head. They consume food with a noisy and voracious energy that reveals the adult otters living in strong family groups do not have significant natural predators. However, solitary predators like the jaguar and the black caiman For this reason, giant otters have developed impressive survival tactics and social defense. Their agility in the water allows them to dodge attacks quickly. But their greatest strength is not only in speed, but in the cohesion of the group. A large band can form a close defense where each Their high-pitched screams, growls, and penetrating calls function as alarm signals and territorial warnings. This language announces to any intruder that they are facing a family Thanks to the combination of courage and defensive aggressiveness, they can harass and even chase away much larger predators. In the Amazon, few enemies risk Beyond their strength, giant otters fulfill a crucial ecological role by controlling fish populations. Their presence regulates the abundance of certain species and contributes. Thus, the giant otter is a social guardian of the river, created to demonstrate that survival depends on cooperation. It represents union and the defense of balance. The morning light begins to filter through the giant trees. The heat is already intense, even at the beginning of the day, while the sounds of the jungle wake up slowly. The forest floor looks like a damp carpet of fallen leaves. At each step, small insects take flight, while the smell of wet earth mixes with the perfume of tropical flowers. It is here where we find some of the most fascinating creatures of the Amazon, poison dart frogs. At first sight, they look like small jewels scattered over the jungle floor. Some shine with an intense yellow, decorated with elegant black stripes. Others exhibit an electric blue so vivid that it seems almost unreal. They are tiny, small enough to fit in the palm of a hand. But one must not be fooled by their charming appearance, because they carry on their skin some of the most powerful venoms in the world. There are several species of brightly colored dart frogs in the tropical forests of America. The golden dart frog is one of the most famous for its bright yellow color. The blue dart frog, for its part, impresses with an intense coloration that shines even in the gloom of the forest. Each color is a clear warning for any intruder to stay away. They move slowly along the jungle floor, without haste and without fear. They know that, despite their small size, they belong to the group of most dangerous creatures in this wild kingdom. Their jumps are calm and safe. Their small, bright black eyes observe everything around them with a confidence that few animals possess. Their skin functions as a natural venom factory. By feeding on ants and insects that contain toxic substances, Their bodies transform those compounds into an effective chemical defense. Dart frogs reveal the perfection of a major work in its minimal details. From their vibrant colors to their invisible venom, they are part of a grandiose plan that unites beauty and balance. In the Amazon, each being, however small, has a purpose in the ecosystem. Nature is a living proof of design and natural harmony. In the rich and hidden ecosystem of the Amazon soil, insects and other invertebrates form one of the most important bases of life. Among decomposing leaves, damp roots, and dark tunnels, there is a complex network of feeding, natural recycling, and survival. In this world dominated by small creatures, the Goliath tarantula emerges as an imposing presence, known scientifically as Theraphosa blondi. This species inhabits the humid tropical forests of northern South America, especially in regions of Venezuela, Brazil, Guyana, and Suriname. It is considered one of the largest and heaviest spiders in the world by body mass. It has a leg span that can reach near 30 centimeters and an approximate weight of 170. Despite its intimidating appearance, the Goliath tarantula rarely exposes itself openly. It remains hidden in deep and humid burrows, where the darkness of the understory offers it protection and advantage. In an environment where visibility is limited, it does not depend solely on its eyes. Its body is covered with extremely sensitive hairs, capable of detecting the subtlest vibrations of the soil, allowing it to perceive prey and threats before. Although its name suggests that it devours birds, in reality it rarely feeds on them. Its usual diet includes large insects, worms, frogs, small rodents, and, occasionally, reptiles that get too close to its refuge. Unlike many spiders, the Goliath tarantula does not build spiderwebs to catch its prey. It is an ambush hunter that waits motionless at the entrance of its burrow, interpreting every vibration of the soil as a sign of life. When the prey approaches, it attacks with surprising rapidity, using its large chelicerae to inject venom and subdue it. Then it releases digestive enzymes that break down the prey's internal tissues until they turn into liquid. This process, known as external digestion, allows it to absorb nutrients with great efficiency. But even this powerful predator is not free of enemies in the Amazon. Coatis, birds of prey, snakes, and parasitic wasps can represent a real threat. When it feels cornered, the Goliath tarantula rubs its abdomen with its hind legs and releases a cloud of urticating hair. These microscopic filaments can irritate the skin, eyes, and respiratory tracts of its attackers, forcing them to retreat. If the threat continues, it adopts a defensive posture by raising its chelicerae and elevating the front part of its body. It can produce a warning sound known as stridulation to intimidate the enemy. Its bite is not usually fatal to humans, but for many small animals it represents a painful and effective attack. By controlling populations of insects and small vertebrates, it helps maintain the stability of the jungle floor. It demonstrates that even in deep darkness, each predator fulfills a vital function within the great web. We ascend through the giant trees of the jungle. There the sunlight creates a game of shadows that dances among the branches. Here, at 10 or 15 meters from the ground, the heat intensifies and the air becomes drier. The smell of leaves heated by the tropical sun is perceived. It is in this vertical world where we find one of the great teachers of camouflage. It is the green iguana. At first sight, it can be difficult to see it. Its body can reach almost 2 meters in length, but it blends with such precision with the environment that it seems to form part of the branches. The green iguana does not need venom to survive. Its weapon is constant adaptation to the environment. When it is young, its bright green skin blends perfectly with the new leaves. But as it ages, something fascinating happens. Its colors begin to change toward darker tones, grayish and earthy browns. It is not simply the passage of time, but adaptation in action. Older iguanas camouflage, better among the trunks and thick branches where they usually rest. Each stage of life has its own camouflage strategy. But the change of color does not end there. When the sun hits hard, the iguana can lighten its skin to reflect part of the heat. When the jungle cools down, it can darken to better absorb the energy of the sun. The iguana carries on its skin the wisdom of a climate that never rests. It teaches us that, in the Amazon, the most obvious strategy is not always the best. Other animals bet on speed, strength, or venom. She has chosen patience, silence, and the supreme art of passing unnoticed. She is a born survivor of the forest canopy. In the turbid and endless flow of the Amazonian rivers, an aquatic and mysterious world is revealed below the surface. This is home to more than 3,000 species of fish. This makes the Amazon basin one of the richest and most diverse freshwater ecosystems on the planet. One creature stands out for possessing one of the most extraordinary biological mechanisms. It is the electric eel, known scientifically as Electrophorus electricus. It can reach up to 2.5 meters in length and weigh close to 20 kilograms. Although it is called an eel, in reality it belongs to the group of electric knifefish. It inhabits rivers, streams, lagoons, and flooded areas of the Amazon basins. It lives in environments where conditions change constantly, from stagnant waters to strong currents. It has developed an adaptation almost impossible to imagine. Inside its body, specialized organs function as authentic biological power plants. In them, thousands of cells called electrocytes are organized in long rows. They store energy and release it in a synchronized way when necessary. Unlike other predators, the electric eel does not depend on extreme speed. It does not need powerful jaws to hunt because it relies on an invisible force, electricity. In the dark waters, it emits weak electric pulses that act as a biological radar. These signals allow it to detect prey, avoid obstacles, and identify threats in conditions of almost zero visibility. When it locates its victim, the intensity changes radically. The electric eel can release high-voltage discharges capable of reaching between 600 and 860 volts. This impact paralyzes fish, shrimp, or amphibians in just a fraction of a second. Then, without the need for a direct fight, it swims toward the immobilized prey and devours it calmly. But this ability does not serve only to hunt. It is also a highly effective defensive shield against the predators of the Amazon. If it feels threatened, it can emit successive high-voltage discharges. It creates an electric barrier that paralyzes, disorients, and forces its enemies to retreat. Thus, it maintains its position in the food cycle without depending on brute physical strength. By controlling populations of small fish, it contributes to the balance of fresh waters. It transforms its own body into a powerful biological weapon. It demonstrates that survival does not always depend on visible strength. It also depends on invisible adaptations perfected by nature. In the deep shadows of the Amazon rainforest, where the rivers flow in silence, a creature of prehistoric appearance arises. It is the black caiman, known scientifically as Melanosuchus niger, one of the elite predators. During the 20th century, it was intensively hunted for its valuable black skin. This brought the species to the brink of extinction in many regions of the basin. Thanks to conservation efforts, its populations have recovered significantly. Today, there are tens of thousands of individuals in protected areas like Manu National Park. The black caiman is one of the largest living reptiles in the world. It can reach up to 6 meters in length and exceed 500 kilograms in weight. Its body has been shaped by millions of years of evolution to hunt effectively. Its black skin allows it to camouflage perfectly in rivers of dark waters. Below the surface of the water, its silhouette disappears like an ancient shadow. When it hunts, it uses an ambush strategy based on patience and stealth. It remains motionless, leaving only the eyes and nostrils exposed. This position allows it to observe the environment and breathe without revealing its presence. Its sensory organs, located on the upper part of the head, are a perfect adaptation. It is capable of waiting patiently for the exact moment to launch a sudden attack. The black caiman uses its powerful jaws with a bite force of up to 3,000 pounds per square inch. It does not use its jaws to chew food. It employs a brutal and characteristic technique of crocodilians called the death roll. It violently spins its body underwater with devastating force. This rotation disorients the victim and can fracture bones in a matter of seconds. Its diet is broad and includes piranhas, birds, and large mammals. It catches capybaras and tapirs when they get too close to the shore. It is a powerful regulator capable of maintaining the balance of fresh waters. The jungle leads us now toward an unexpected contrast. It is the slow silence of the sloth, whose existence is marked solely by calm. It does not live by explosions of movement or fast colours. Among the high branches, it transforms slowness into its greatest defence to survive. The two-toed sloth and the three-toed sloth share this suspended world. Both follow the same rhythm of scarce gestures and minimal energy. Their life flows slowly among the treetops of giant trees. Each movement is a slow-motion dance that can take several minutes. In that contained rhythm, there is an ancestral wisdom of never wasting strength. Their diet is modest and consists of leaves, shoots, and some fruits. It is a food poor in nutrients, but sufficient to sustain their body. Their breathing and the beating of their heart follow that same decelerated rhythm. Their thick fur serves as a home for algae and small insects. Their life flourishes on an almost invisible scale, demonstrating that immovability generates abundance. Although on the ground it is vulnerable, in the heights it becomes almost invisible to its enemies. Its natural camouflage and the silence of its movements protect it from jaguars. The sloth is a reminder that the Amazon is not made only of speed. It is a symbol of serene resistance among the forest trees. In the heart of the Amazon rainforest, predators have existed with an evolution of millennia. They are endowed by nature with strength as well as a remarkable capacity for adaptation. These animals maintain the natural balance of the region. They form an indispensable part of the richest and most biodiverse ecosystems on the planet. Environmental and human threats are causing drastic changes. Not even the most powerful creatures can easily resist these accelerated transformations. One of the most serious threats is habitat loss caused by massive deforestation. This situation endangers predators along with all Amazonian life. The Amazon is being reduced by unsustainable activities such as illegal logging, forest clearing fires to create pastures, and illegal mining degrade the forest. Between August 2024 and July 2025, thousands of square kilometers of forest were lost. This figure represents an immense wound opened in the heart of the jungle. The disappearance of the forest breaks the food chain on which these hunters depend. As prey disappears, predators must move toward more fragmented areas. The jaguar is classified as a near-threatened species with a declining population trend. Poaching and illegal trafficking remain direct threats to its survival. Global climate change is profoundly altering the landscape of the region. Rising temperatures intensify dry seasons and favor severe droughts. This directly affects the giant otter, the green anaconda, as well as the black caiman. These animals depend on freshwater ecosystems for successful hunting. Predators have become living signs of vulnerability. Protecting them means defending the balance of the planet's most important natural systems. The human being has received the responsibility to manage and protect creation. This includes these powerful but fragile creatures of the jungle. The Amazon rainforest still breathes, but cries out for urgent protection. Its predators are living witnesses of the wonders we could lose without urgent actions. The future of the jungle depends on our understanding and immediate action. Only then will we guarantee that the Earth's diversity does not disappear forever. There are signs of hope in the midst of current threats. An important solution is conservation through protected areas and indigenous territories. These territories function as living barriers against deforestation as well as illegal mining. They play a fundamental role in reducing forest loss. In the Mamarawa Reserve, community efforts have contributed to the recovery of the black caiman. This case demonstrates that nature can respond with surprising strength. The Araguaia Ecological Corridor seeks to connect the Amazon with the Cerrado biome. This project aspires to become one of the longest natural corridors on the planet. The project helps restore degraded lands and capture carbon. It strengthens the connection between ecosystems that have been fragmented by human activity. The success of conservation requires the active participation of indigenous communities. Their traditional knowledge offers a more just and lasting protection model. The protection of the Amazon is an ethical duty entrusted to humanity. We must fulfill this mission for history and future generations. With cooperation as well as science, humanity can restore this vital ecosystem. Each tree that grows back is proof of the natural power to heal. In the Amazon, hope is a seed that can still take root. Support this documentary by leaving a like to spread the beauty of wildlife. Subscribe to the channel and share this video to carry this message of respect far. Each gesture helps protect the wonderful creation of nature.